"Get out of my way, old man," the biker growled, knocking over a cup of coffee and slapping the elderly veteran across the face with the back of his hand. The sound of flesh striking flesh cracked through the diner like a whip. The old man staggered, clutching the edge of the table to stay upright. Gasps echoed across the room. A waitress dropped her tray, mugs shattering on the tile. No one moved. No one intervened. The veteran slowly turned his face back, a red welt rising on his cheek. His hands trembled, but his eyes were steel. He didn't say a word. He simply reached for his cap, placed it back on his head with dignity, and sat back down at his table in silence. The biker smirked, taking a loud sip from his drink, muttering something crude about washed-up soldiers and fake heroes. His buddies chuckled. A couple with kids nearby quietly ushered their children away. The room stayed frozen in discomfort. What the biker didn't know, what no one in that diner knew, was that the man he'd just struck wasn't some nobody. His name was Walter Briggs. He'd fought in Korea, rescued POWs under fire, and buried more friends than he could count. And the cap he wore bore the emblem of the 101st Airborne. But more importantly, Walter wasn't alone, because exactly 30 minutes earlier, Walter had sent a text message. A simple one. Same table. Coffee's ready. It was a weekly ritual. Every Sunday, his son met him here, a tradition they'd kept since Walter's wife passed. What the biker didn't know was that Walter's son wasn't just a man. He was a commander, and he never traveled alone. The clock ticked. The biker kept laughing, completely unaware of the storm coming his way. Outside the diner, engines rumbled, tires screeched, people at the windows turned, faces transforming from confusion to awe. 8 military transport vehicles pulled up. Then, boots, combat boots. 12 soldiers in full fatigues filed into the diner with silent precision. The air seemed to shift, weighted by their presence. At the center of the formation walked a tall man in camouflage, face stern, jaw clenched. Commander Briggs, Walter's son. He didn't speak. He didn't need to. The entire diner stood still. The biker looked up, confused. "What the hell is this? You guys lost or something?" Commander Briggs turned slowly. He looked at the slap mark on his father's face. Then he looked at the biker, then back to the mark. His voice came low and sharp. "Who put hands on this man?" No one answered, but the room was already pointing. The biker stood up, trying to laugh it off. "Whoa, easy, man. I didn't know he was—" "What, your dad? He was blocking the aisle. Old people are always in the way." He never finished the sentence. Commander Briggs stepped forward, slow and deliberate. "That man," he said, pointing to Walter, "jumped from a chopper under enemy fire. He carried his best friend 2 miles with a bullet in his leg. He missed my birth because he was saving lives on foreign soil." He stepped even closer. "And you think you get to slap him because you were in a hurry for pancakes?" The biker backed up, stumbling. "Look, I didn't know, all right. It's not like it was personal." Briggs cut him off. "It is now." He snapped his fingers. One of the soldiers stepped forward, not to harm the biker, but to hand Walter a crisp new coffee, exactly how he liked it. "Dad," Briggs said gently, "I brought the team." Walter looked up, the faintest smile on his face. "You always do." Then, to everyone's astonishment, Walter stood. And he didn't ask for revenge. He didn't raise his voice. He walked over to the biker, looked him dead in the eye, and said, "I fought for your right to act like a fool, but I also earned the right to call you one." The biker looked down, cheeks red, unable to meet the old man's gaze. Walter continued, "But you've still got a chance. Every day you wake up is a second chance. Don't waste it acting tough. Real strength looks nothing like what you did today." There was nothing left to say. The biker sat down, shaken. His friends had already slipped out the side door. Walter returned to his booth. His son sat across from him. The rest of the soldiers stood in silence, forming a wall of respect around them. No orders were needed, no words exchanged, just presence. The waitress stepped forward, trying to hold back tears. She placed her hand on Walter's shoulder and whispered, "Thank you." Everyone in the diner stood, and this time, they applauded. It wasn't just for a soldier, it was for a father, a man of dignity, a quiet hero who didn't need to shout to be heard. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment, where are you watching from? If this story touched you, subscribe to the channel and hit that like button and drop a karma in the comments below.